Hey guys, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, May 22nd. Hope you're holding strong in this new asset class that is cryptocurrencies. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also smash the like button. Let's take a look at the prices here. We are seeing a pullback in the market here. Bitcoin down 3.4% from a 24-hour perspective, currently sitting at $7,682. Ethereum just over $244. XRP just over 37 cents. So some red across the board, but not a really big pullback here from, let's say, 10% or higher, right? We are seeing around 3 to 4%. Let's see where the support level that Bitcoin bounces off of. I'm hoping it's 7,500, maybe 7,600. We got to let these things play out, right? No need to panic. Likewise, if the price is going up, you don't want to get too excited. You have to look at the data and the trends, not your emotions. So remember these market principles, right? That's where the media and financial media and so forth, and the clickbait headlines and so forth. Oh my God, Bitcoin just crashed 20% or something like that. But we know this is a very volatile young market. There is manipulation. It's going to be a roller coaster ride up to the new higher highs, the new higher price points. And we've seen that historically. If you just simply take some time and look back at the charts for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and so forth, you'll see a roller coaster ride. So let's see, like I said, let's see where this goes tomorrow, even into the weekend, into next week. Obviously, with the holiday weekend coming up here in the United States, it may not be as much trading, but, let's see what happens. Sometimes the market does things that, that surprises me. So let's see where the price goes. Let's see what support levels this bounces off of. Now, getting into the news, the CME saw record-breaking Bitcoin futures trading in May, guys. So obviously we are in a bull market, and we saw a lot of interest and a lot of activities just increase again, given the surge in the price of Bitcoin. So the CME Group, the exchange giant behind one of the markets for Bitcoin futures, continues to clock in new records for its contract tied to the largest digital currency. Here's a quote. May is shaping up to be one of the strongest months ever for the CME Bitcoin futures, the Chicago-based firm said in an external email sent out to clients on Tuesday. Specifically, the firm saw a record trading day on May 13th with 33,677 contracts having traded hands, the equivalent of $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin. In total, the average daily volume hit a record of 14,000 contracts in the month of May. So we are seeing activity increase here, and we know a lot of major players have launched a service such as Fidelity, TD Ameritrade. We're waiting for back, and there's many others. It's hedge funds and investment firms that are getting involved in the market. So good to see that the activity is picking up here. On that note, Mark Yusko, who is the founder of Morgan Creek Capital, really great guy. I met him at the Bitcoin Christmas party, I should say Blockchain Works Christmas party back in December. Him and Anthony Pompliano, really great guys. And as you know, they're all in on crypto, bullish on crypto. Well, Mark was on CNBC Fast Money, and he continued to urge someone to take on the bet that they put out, $1 million bet that Bitcoin will outperform every other asset class over the next, few years and so forth. No one has taken that bet. And he once again reiterated the returns that we're seeing. When he was on CNBC Fast Money in December, when Bitcoin was in the 3,000s, he was like, look, Bitcoin is probably bottoming out now. We're in a bear market, and it's going to go back up. And indeed, it went back up. So if you bought a ton of Bitcoin at 3,000 and now, it's around 8,000, you'd have made a significant amount of profit already, right? Not to mention it's going to continue to go higher. And if you're playing both the short and long term, you'll make profits. So he once again reiterated that, and it's good to see that these guys are out there educating the public here. And we know the mass marketing is on its way as well. So things are progressing in the right direction. On that note of mass marketing and educating the public, Barry Silbert, the founder of Grayscale Investments, which just recently launched their Drop Gold campaign to try to get folks to move from gold to Bitcoin. Well, he tweeted the following: follow Grayscale Investments for some big news at 9 a.m. New York time tomorrow, announcing an announcement. Yeah, that's how I roll. So something may be big coming from on their end, and it could be related to their Drop Gold campaign. Let's see. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. The educating, the mass marketing is going to start, and Fidelity hasn't even started theirs yet, and TD Ameritrade, right? And then when Bakkt and Starbucks get going, there's going to be a lot of money pouring into the marketing and education of this asset class. So big things ahead, and let's see what Grayscale comes up with tomorrow. Now, interesting news out of Israel. Israeli court rules Bitcoin is an asset in feud over tax payment. This is interesting. An Israel court has ruled that Bitcoin is an asset and not a currency, and thus subject to capital gains tax. The Central District Court made the ruling in a case involving a blockchain startup founder and an Israel tax authority, which ultimately won the decision. The founder, Noam Kopel of Dav.network, reportedly bought Bitcoins in 2011 and sold them in 2013 at a profit of 8.27 million Israeli new shekels, or $2.29 million. He contended in court that Bitcoin should be treated as a foreign currency and not be taxed. That's interesting. And I think it's too early for them to position it that way. They're going to position it as an asset, not a currency yet, right? Eventually, over time, as there's more adoption and there's clear regulations around the world, I think then we might see things change around that. But interesting scenario here, and it's the fact that these type of things are being looked at in court under different rules and regulations, even by the governments and so forth, shows how far crypto has come. Moving ahead here, Mike Novogratz of Galaxy Digital, $71 million. Galaxy Digital sells stake in EOS blockchain maker Block.one. This is interesting. Galaxy Digital, the crypto merchant bank founded by former hedge fund manager Mike Novogratz, has received $71.2 million after selling its shares in Block.one, the maker of the EOS blockchain. Galaxy Digital said in an announcement on May 22nd that it closed the transaction on Monday after a tender offer for its position in Block.one was made on April 18th. The firm claims it made a 123% return on the realized investment, and following the transaction, its remaining shares in Block.one will no longer maintain a material investment position. This is interesting. I'm not sure what to make of this because we don't have the details as far as reason why they're selling, but on its face, it could look bad for EOS, but at the end of the day, Galaxy Digital is like a hedge fund investment firm. They're looking to make profits both by buying digital assets, but also investing in the companies that are building solutions for digital assets or creating the digital assets, right? So I'm not sure what to make of this, but I want to let you guys know it's interesting what's happening here, and it's related to EOS. Finally, we talked about it yesterday. U.S. Copyright Office says it does not recognize Craig Wright as Satoshi. And of course, I think anyone with half a brain would know this. Craig Wright is a clown, a fake, and he's of course tried to file copyright for the Bitcoin white paper, and he didn't get an approval. Like, it's not anyone can file that copyright. I could have filed it, right, and say, hey, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto, but the Copyright Office doesn't it doesn't do the research or push back on that until another party comes in and says, no, that's not right. That's then that's when they dispute it. But other than that, they don't dispute it, and they just give you a receipt. Okay, yeah, you filed this copyright, great, but it doesn't mean you actually own it. So I could, for example, say, I own the national anthem for the United States, right? I copyright that or something and submit it, right? Or something along those lines. I could put together some sort of paperwork and say, I'm the founder of Ripple, the company, or I created the XRP digital asset, and submit it and say I have the copyright over that or whatever, right? That doesn't mean I am the founder or the creator, right? So that's what Craig Wright was trying to use as a way to fluff and inflate his ego or whatever and his clout and say, well, yeah, look, I got a copyright receipt. Anybody can get that, you idiot. So Craig Wright continues to be an idiot and a clown as he is, and just want to let you guys know they don't recognize it. They say they don't recognize it as he has Satoshi. Just say he got a receipt. That's all. So anyway, guys, what do you think about this? What do you think Bitcoin's going to bounce off of? Do you think it's going to bounce off around 7,500? I'm hoping so, and we don't go lower than that, but let's see. Remember, markets move in cycles, right? So I know it's great to see green, but patience is the key here. we are holding for the long term. Obviously, there might be by the end of the year into next year, with the Bitcoin halving coming up, a stronger bull run, a bull run that maybe goes beyond the prices we saw last time. But it's hard to predict that. But if we get back launching and all these big players, we could see record prices. But we got to let it play out. So guys, would love to hear your thoughts and comments. Leave them below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, and I'll talk to you guys later.